We're back with a bonus round of the questions that we have left off. And I guess quickly, guys, we're going to talk about Jim Benning, a recent hire for the general manager position with the Vancouver Canucks. Former Canuck, too, played a couple seasons out there once Trevor Linden
Back in the Flying V days with the really gaudy white or yellow sweaters.
Those were fantastic jerseys.
Really
Don't knock
fantastic?
them. They were
I wouldn't
awesome.
say that.
I will say this. He feels this team, this might be a little bit of a stretch when it comes to actually being realistic. He says the Canucks can turn it around much like the Colorado Avalanche did in a year. I'm just saying that's what they're saying. So don't kill the messenger here. Can that quick turnaround actually happen? Is that realistic for the Vancouver Canucks?
Oh, I mean, it's always realistic. I mean, they still have some of the top-end players in the league, but they got to get, rid of some, bring some, I think a little more size in, a little more heart into that team, and then it's always there.
You know what? They're an older team. They have the IKEA twins that you really can't trade because Sundins have to go together because they're attached to the hip. And they're an older team. That's the only thing. That's the difference between them and Colorado. Yeah, you can say Colorado can turn it around in a hurry, but Colorado's a very young team. Colorado is very similar to Edmonton, except that Edmonton is horrible. But I think Vancouver, saying they're going to turn around in a hurry, I can't see it. And you got to keep in mind, too, the Western Conference is not going to get weaker. You got San Jose, Anaheim, LA, Chicago, Colorado, St. Louis. Where the heck are you going to fit in?
Yeah, but you got to remember, too, like, for me, when I race wagons, you can have a lot of old boys in there, and you have nothing. Nothing's going on, nothing's starting, nothing's turning. You get a couple of new young guys in there, just the right players, the right fit, and all of a sudden things start cracking.
Yeah. How about the case in Washington?
Sorry, what?
No. Yep. It was a great point, but I was going to get to this quickly. How about Washington? You talk about a team that was trying to turn it around. Barry Trotz brought in as the head coach. He was named the head coach officially yesterday, but he was pretty much a foregone conclusion that he be there. They brought him in prior to actually having an actual GM named. Eventually that came down to Brian McLennan. It seems like the Capitals put the cart before the horse, hiring the coach before the GM. Does that make any sense?
But McLellan was the assistant GM in Washington, so you got to think that it was kind of in the works that he was going to get promoted. It'd be different if he's coming from outside the organization and he comes in after Trotz. I think he was pretty well there, and it's just a matter of timing. I think Barry's got a lot of work in Washington. I love Holtby. He's a local boy. They're questioning whether or not should be their number one. And then you got the coach killer, Veshkin, who's gone through how many coaches in how many years, and he's got to buy in, or else Trotz is going to have a short shelf life there.
It'll be interesting to see what happens, and even the talk about trading. We'll get to that in our bonus segment later on, of course, on our Facebook page, but we're going to take another commercial break. When we come back, Greg Buchanan will have a chance to sound off.